When I woke up this morning, I said to myself, self, what a great fucking day for rock and roll.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Why?
Because it's Madison Square Garden. That's why.
Madison Square Garden to me is the church. It's where every great concert I saw as a kid was at.
I always loved the Garden because that's home for me. It's got a certain magic to it.
Me personally, I always like working the Garden. Just because I know a lot of those guys and it's home.
Madison Square Garden, and that's when the stage started floating up and down. I can start to see these moving. You kind of feel the whole stage bouncing up and down when the crowd starts to move.
I think the Garden was it's such a special venue because of the history of how many bands have played there. And it was one of the first shows I ever saw in my life was there. I went to see. 1975, I saw Kiss. I was 13. That means they're really old.
When we were doing the Garden on this tour, we played Madison Square Garden many, many times over the years. I was reminiscing from the stage, as one does, because it is the Garden. It's such an esteemed venue. That in 1983, we were opening for ZZ Top. It was before our first record came out. There was a manager who wanted to represent us, gave us the opportunity. So I'm telling this story from the stage, and we had been given a 30-minute slot. Richie's guitar didn't work. I had to give him mine. I had to, just be fronting the band. He starts the show. The 30-minute set was cut in 20 because we were so full of adrenaline and nerves that we just played through everything like we were the Ramones.
Probably Sao Paulo. That was probably the craziest concert I have seen with this band in a long, long time. Why? There was 80,000 people screaming, going crazy, singing every line, every song, and it was loud, and it was fun, and John was on fire.
I mean, Rock in Rio, 100,000+ people. It's really cool.
All Bon Jovi crowds are crazy, crazier than me. But I have to say the craziest show, unexpectedly, was St. Paul, because they were just really, really over-enthusiastic, more than I'd ever seen during this whole tour.
This house is not for sale. I said each stone and I hammered each